today's outfit is a Wednesday Addams ugly Christmas sweater. If I can remember where I bought these shirts like 5 years ago on Etsy, I will link it because they're my favorite shirts of life. I pray for the time of year where I can wear these shirts. Although I will say it is October in Florida and it is still not sweater weather. And I'm sweaty. What's up guys, it's V Renee. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. A couple weeks ago, I saw this post on Instagram that said it can cost between $2,000 and $4,000 to self-publish a book. And I shared it on my Instagram story and I was like, it didn't cost me that much money to self-publish my second book. Do you guys want to know how much it cost me and like the breakdown of where the money went? And y'all said yes. So I'm gonna share that today as someone who just self-published, well, is self-publishing her first venture into it, kind of the mistakes that I made, how much I spent, what I would do different next time, etc., etc. So let's get into it. This is gonna be my self-publishing budget / expenses as a newbie, and the mistakes that I made along the way. The first thing I want to talk about is the most important part of self-publishing, or publishing any book, but especially self-publishing, because you have nobody to kind of watch your back on this, and that is editing. Editing is so important. So cannot be overstated how important it is. It is the thing that makes you look unprofessional. The most unprofessional thing is typos in a book. So I started looking for an editor after I got my beta feedback back. So around fourth draft 4.5, because I kind of applied the beta notes, but didn't fully rewrite anything. That's when I started looking for an editor. And if you guys can just bear with me, this video might be a little bit awkward. I don't love talking about money. I want to do this because I know how helpful it was for me when I started to budget. There we go. When I started to budget for my self-publishing endeavor, I know how helpful these videos were to me, and I do want to let you guys know the mistakes that I made so you can avoid them. But if I seem a little uncomfortable, I am a little uncomfortable talking about money. So when it comes to editing, thanks to my large community on Instagram, I had lots of referrals, lots of recommendations, lots of people to choose from, and actually one of the recommendations I got ended up being Francesca Leone, who is my editor, and I actually went to college with her. And I did not know she was editing books professionally at the time that I was looking for an editor. Now I do, because she is my editor forever. She knows that. She's on retainer forever because I love her. My book was under 70,000 words, and so she graciously gave me a flat rate of $500 to edit my book. I'm gonna link all her stuff down below if you're interested in her price ranges, her rates, and everything like that. But let me tell you, I have never worked with someone so thorough and so detailed. She suggested so many things that no one caught. Not my alpha reader, not my beta readers, not myself, no one. That book, Accidental Evils, got a whole second act rewrite because of her. And honestly, I could not be happier with that book. I feel like she should basically be a co-author because of the things she suggested that made my book so much better. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the money part. Let's get to the money. Essentially, I wrote up an agreement that I would pay her $250 at the start. She would do a round of edits. She would come back to me. We would work on them together. I would do my rewrites, give them back to her. She would do one more final line edit, and at the time of the line edit, I would pay her the remaining $250. We did it over Venmo, very millennial of us. As far as any newbie mistakes that I made, absolutely not. Like I said, she's on retainer for me forever. She's gonna be my editor forever and ever, and there's nothing she can do about that. Hi, if you're watching this. You don't know that, but I'm sure you know that because you know how much I love you and what you did for my book. So, would I do anything different next time? No, absolutely not. Can you tell that I love my editor? Right, okay, so that puts us at $500. The next thing I want to talk about is cover design. Cover design is something super important. I love y'all, and I know you're creative and talented and fantastic, but unless you're like a graphic designer or some shit, do not try to design your own book cover. I know Canva says you can do it. Canva's a liar. You're gonna know you made it on Canva, I pinky swear. I have a lot of feelings about the cover of Civil Blood, and I know you guys do too. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm very proud of my book, baby, but God, am I ever gonna not be crooked in a video? Probably not. So when I was looking for a designer for Accidental Evils, I needed to find someone who specializes in the creepy, beautiful, simple, but not so simple it looks like I made it on Canva Because why would I pay you if I can make it on Canva? And once again, to find a kick-ass cover artist, I needn't look any further than my Instagram community. My friend and fellow author tuber Brianna Morgan had recommissioned 2 of her books to get new covers, and I loved the design of them, how like creepy, beautiful, simple they were, and she tagged her artist, and I reached out to him, and luckily for me, he was running a deal at the time. He gave me a paperback cover design in a PDF, and he gave me an ebook cover design, so just 2 different formats, same book cover, for $95. That is a ridiculously good deal, and that's something I want to point out. A lot of our author tubers and like bigger indie authors talk about using like 8 little pages, or like these people who are like booked months and months and months and months in advance, like you can never get in there, and they charge a fuck ton of money because they're really good. But I'll tell you something, smaller indie artists, people like you and me, they're good at their job too. They're good at what they do as well, and they tend to run deals because they know what it's like to be a broke ass artist. So keep an eye out for that. Like, you know, pay people what they're due, but if they want to run a deal, take advantage of the deal. Take advantage of the deal, and then develop a really awesome working relationship with this person. Like, I'm gonna use him for the rest of my covers, for the rest of the Thistle Wolf series, and maybe beyond that. And I'll link his stuff down below as well. I'll link Brianna's stuff. His work is incredible, and I could not be happier with what he did. Well, let's get into the mistakes. This is my very first venture into self-publishing, so I was formatting my book, and at the time I had kind of a smaller font than what I hadn't finished really formatting it yet, and he needed a page number and a page count, and I gave him like, I think like 370 or maybe something like that, or like 320 or something crazy like that. And then when I ended up formatting it, it was almost 400 pages. And so the PDF that he designed was not the right dimensions, and KDP spit it right back out at me, and he had to redo the whole thing for me. So I felt terrible about that. So I would say, have your formatting done. I'm going to talk about formatting in a little bit. Have your formatting done before you reach out to your cover artist, because you don't want to make them redo this stuff. I mean, and he said it was no big deal, but like, I felt so bad. So what would I do different next time? I would have exact page counts. Yeah, that's all I would do. Again, I'm gonna work with him again. I loved his work. I know you guys are chomping at the bit. You're not gonna get to see the cover until mid-December. So, sorry. So we're at $595 for my self-publishing journey so far. Next thing I want to talk about is formatting. Formatting was free. I did my formatting myself using DIYbookformats.com. Bethany Atazada is a fellow author tuber. She has a whole video on how to do this, how to format your stuff yourself using these templates. I will link it down below or in the cards or something. Newbie mistakes I made, so many. It's tough to get the hang of it. The templates are super duper helpful, but it wasn't until I uploaded it into KDP that the errors really jumped out at me, that I really like saw how I messed things up. I had to redo it and like re-upload it a lot, because you know, you need a certain amount of bleed, and you need a certain amount of this, and inches from the seam, and inches from the corner, and like all that stuff. So my page numbers were fucked up a bunch, and like my table of contents looked weird, and then this looked weird, and I couldn't get the spacing right on this and that, but it gets easier every time you do it. What will I do different next time? Well, I preset my templates now for my Thistle Wolf series, so when I do something wicked, I can just plug the manuscript into the formatting template, because now I've kind of like customized it, so it'll be a lot easier next time. So we're still at $595. Next thing I want to talk about is copywriting. Copywriting in the United States is $55. To copyright accidental evils, I paid $55. So that is $640 so far. Next. This is the biggest mistake I've made thus far. Proofs and mailing the proofs. So I created my proofs through KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. Some people don't like that because it puts this giant weird strip on the book that says like not for resale or not for sale or something, but I like that because I don't want people to sell my shit. So I did that, and at the cost, the price, you can buy your proofs at cost. So the cost of, guess what happened? My phone ran out of storage. So I print my proofs through Kindle Direct Publishing. The price to print those at cost, so like with no markup or anything, is $5.86. $5.86. So I bought 5 of them. So that's like, I don't know, with shipping and taxes and all that, because you cannot Amazon Prime your proofs, which is some bullshit. It's like $35. And then I went to mail them. I am the queen of like reusing stuff. I don't like to be wasteful at all. So I had a bunch of like Ipsy bags from my Tipsy Ipsy series. I had a bunch of envelopes from those deliveries, so I packaged my stuff in those and I took them to the post office, and I did not send my books media mail, and I did not send them in flat rate post office boxes. So it cost me $45 to mail 5 books in the United States. But hey, as Alanis said, you live, you learn. Newbie mistakes. Obviously, research how to mail books. My boyfriend does resale as a business, and I should have known from like all the mailing of books that he does that there's a lot cheaper ways to do that, but I didn't, so I didn't. Would I do something different next time? Yeah, I wouldn't pay $45 to mail 5 books. So now what are we at? $595 plus 55, $640 plus proofs and mailing is $80. So $720. And the final thing I'm going to talk about today is the proofreading. So like I said, I spent $80 goddamn mailing these proofs to people, and they are going over them with a fine-tooth comb just to catch anything I might have missed. I guarantee you can find 5 to 10 people in your life who would love to have a free copy of your book in exchange for checking for typos for you, because you know as soon as you open a book and there's a typo, you usually see it if it's not your own book. So that didn't cost me anything besides the cost to mail them. Oh! Newbie mistakes I made with this, the mailing fiasco. Would I do anything differently next time? It seems to be going well. Again, my proofreaders don't have to be done until the 1st of November, or November 14th, I think. So if they don't get back to me, then I gave them free books for nothing, but I trust these people, so it should be fine. So yeah, overall at this point in the self-publishing process, I spent about $720 between the editing, the cover design, the proofs, and the copyright. I do still want to buy advanced reader copies once pre-sale begins to send out for advanced reviewers. I do want to commission a couple more art pieces for the Accidental Evils to introduce a couple new characters. You guys know when Civil Blood came out last year, I commissioned character portraits for the main characters. There was a couple of new characters in Accidental Evils that I'd like to introduce with character portraits. So that kind of stuff. That's all ancillary stuff though. That's not necessary. Things like Amazon ads, things like that. So I wanted to just talk today about the bare bones publishing costs. I did not use Ingram Spark. I did not use CreateSpace because I don't think CreateSpace exists anymore. I used KDP because KDP is free. KDP pays for your ISBN. You can only sell the book on Amazon, but who buys books anywhere except Amazon? Not me. So like I didn't care. If you want a video once Accidental Evils comes out, like total everything with the marketing, promotion, character art, arcs and mailing the arcs, promotional everything, let me know in the comments. In the meantime, I make new videos every single Wednesday, and I will see you next Wednesday with a spooky, scary video. Bye.